Hey everyone, hope all is well. Welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the three most recurring mistakes that any consulting aspirant would do or typically ends up committing when it comes to cases and guesstimates preparation. Now, I have talked a lot about CV making and what are guesstimates, what are cases, and we have a full-fledged fellowship around this as well. But basis experiences with my mentees and consulting fellows, and basis my own experiences as well, I've seen that a lot of consulting aspirants, be it you in a business school or you as a working professional looking to switch to consulting, or you as an undergraduate college student, end up committing these three errors, which are very, very typical and very, very critical. So that's why I wanted to make this video, to ensure that you don't end up committing these errors, because consulting interviews are anyway very tricky. They are on the spot business problems. You have to think on the spot, ask relevant questions, and you can't really prepare for what you will be asked. You can only build your muscle of problem solving for similar kind of questions, but the way in which you build this muscle is very, very important. And that's where a lot of errors are committed by consulting aspirants. The first such error which I wanted to talk about was that a lot of people, they end up practicing on their own. They tell me, Sarthak, I have done 40 cases, and then I ask them, how did you prepare? And then they say that, I just opened the IIM Ahmedabad casebook and I read those 40 cases, 2 cases per day. But to be very honest with you, a case interview is a conversational construct. It's a conversational exercise. If you just read the cases from a casebook, it will not really help you at all. And these mistakes a lot of people end up committing, which is why my remedy for this mistake is that please find somebody who's as driven as you when it comes to a consulting switch or a consulting job, and practice with them properly, where they are the interviewer, you are the interviewee, and they are doing a proper mock case conversation, be it of 25 or 30 minutes. That is one. The second mistake that a lot of people end up doing is that they become comfortable in one type of framework. It is most probably profitability, which is you read cases where your client is a textiles manufacturer and they have been facing declining profits, and you end up doing 30 such cases where there is nothing different from one case to the other. It's the same framework, same industry, same type of problems, same problems in the same type of branches, because you get into that comfort zone. And that happens with a lot of people. That happened with me as well. But the only possible way for you to learn, be it a guesstimate or be it a case, is when you practice different types of guesstimates problems, different type of case problems every day. Don't get into that comfort zone of, I'll only do market entry cases or I'll only do profitability cases. That's another very, very big mistake that a lot of people commit, because on the actual interview day, you never know what you will be asked. So you can't really say, I am practicing cases for Bain and Company, and my seniors told me that they'll only ask you market entry cases, so I'll not do any other case. Or I'll only do 50 market entry cases and 10 cases cumulatively for pricing and profitability. That's the wrong way to go about it. You have to be 100% committed to each and every framework. You have to ensure that you're stepping out of your comfort zone every day, picking up a difficult case or a moderate to difficult case, and solve that with your case partner, where you are the interviewer or you are the interviewee, and then give or take genuine, honest feedback, right? And the last is that, a lot of people prioritize quantity over quality. I talk to a lot of B school students these days who tell me that, Sarthak, I did 5 cases per day for a month, and I then gave an interview with Deloitte, but I could not clear it. I don't know why. And when I deep dive and I asked them, okay, kahan se kar rahe the? Who was your case partner? Which were the kind of cases that you were practicing? Were you spending enough time on feedback, or were you just rushing through it and you just you were keeping that mental count कि मैंने आज के 5 cases कर लिए, आज का काम हो गया. And most of the times the problem is that they are just keeping a mental tally mark distribution of, I'm done with 5 cases per day. I don't care what the feedback was. I did not spend any time to go through the feedback. I did not take any time at all to collate that feedback in a proper place, right? So they don't have any error log. They don't know what mistake they committed yesterday. They are bound to commit the same mistake in a similar case question today. They don't know what calculation mistake they did in a guesstimate last week. They're bound to commit the same mistake if the same guesstimate is asked to them on the actual interview day, right? Because a lot of people get onto that treadmill of solving more and more and more cases and guesstimates, but the real value is not in quantity but in quality. You only practice 2 cases per day, 2 guesstimates per day, but those questions should be of good quality. You should be having somebody who can give you good, honest, unbiased feedback. That matters more than just solving and rushing through 5 guesstimates or 5 cases per day. So always prioritize for quality over quantity when it comes to guesstimates as well as case studies. I hope this helps you, and all the best for your consulting preparation.